receiving piece comes in of like taking time for myself. Like I'm going on a hike tomorrow, and what did I do? I gave the showing to another one of my business partners that I brought in.
Yeah.
That I'm now a vehicle to help other people with not only the knowledge but also income. You know.
That's right.
And that feels really good. But like I know I need this to recharge me. And I need time away, which I didn't do at all last year. Like I didn't go on one hike, and that to me is like nature recharges me more than anything.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Yeah.
You got to find time to do that.
But then like I battled this like, well, I'm not working hard enough. I'm being lazy. What's up, guys? This is the Seed Time and Harvest podcast. We are on episode 24. We're talking about heal the boy and the man will appear. And this one should be interesting, you know?
Yeah.
We were just talking offline here about how we're on very similar paths.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think the destination we're all looking for is the same. How we get there is completely different. Yeah. And I heard that quote from Tony Robbins a long time ago, and it really resonated with me.
Say it again.
Heal the boy and the man will appear.
Heal the
Meaning,
boy
like,
and the man will appear.
Once you're over your childhood trauma, and I don't like that word because I always think of trauma as like,
yeah,
oh man, you know, I was abused.
Yeah,
And please, anyone listening to this who has gone through that, I'm not diminishing that in any way. For me, I was a kid who didn't go through that. I grew up with two parents. I grew up in a pretty good home. Like we were never rich, but we were never, you know, we never missed a meal or anything like that, you know?
Right.
However, there's been stuff that I've gone through that casts a shadow over your life and into adulthood. And one of the, you know, they like they say, one of the greatest lies the devil ever told was that he didn't exist. And for me, that was one of the things that I had to just be like, oh, I'm actually going through this. Like I feel a certain way from this, and I haven't faced this for literally years, decades, you know, my whole life, because I quote unquote wasn't supposed to be going through this, or, you know, I should be past this. So I never address it, and I just keep plugging away, throwing that face, throwing a mask. Yeah, I'm good. You know, I look good. Whatever. Like I'm fit. I'm got a business. I'm an entrepreneur. Whatever title has kept me from like really addressing that stuff. And, you know, this will probably be a vulnerable one for me today.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, it's as deep as you want to get on it.
Yeah.
As I was just thinking as you were talking, you know, I mean, I think it's healthy, very, very healthy for men and women to talk about, you know, what bothers them. Women, I feel, do have a better grasp of it.
They're more natural at it.
Yeah, they get it. And they can express their feelings very easily. I feel like maybe not everybody, but my experience, something's wrong, they'll tell you, right? Whereas where I feel like you said, right? Because childhood trauma is a very vague, very broad statement, right? Like you experienced childhood trauma. That could be something like, you know, your mom or dad left you at daycare for too long or something like, and you remember this day because of this, that, and the other. Or could be all the way to patterns in your life, sleep patterns in your life. Could be, you know, night terrors that you had for 4 years of your life, right?
Yeah.
Like separation anxiety because you woke up in an empty home and you were 4 and your parents didn't come home because they thought you were going to be sleeping for 2 more hours, but that 2 hours to you felt like 2 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. But it is what I've noticed about that, of like the whole, heal the boy and the man will appear, is a very powerful statement. As you said it, as we were walking in here, it was like this. Yes, you know, and I've said it before on the podcast, but I've sat with a therapist. I've gone through, you know, some really good, like, intense therapy, and there's a reason why the therapists start in childhood, because the therapist can't help you if they don't know your triggers.
Yeah,
or they don't know what really went down. Oh, that's why you're thinking this. That's why you always stumble into this. That's why you drink. That's why you cheat. That's why you. And they nail it down to these little small moments of childhood, you know. And so it's a tough one. Like, it is a vulnerable one because every one of us has stuff that holds us back, right? And it's not just fitness, and it's not just business and mindset and all the stuff we always talk about. holding you back from like, why is your car always dirty? That's a big deal. Like, why does your closet look like shit all the time? How do you leave your dishes out for 2 days? How do your floor, like I'm talking like cleanliness is a big component, and it's not just, you're not lazy. There's something in there that you just don't get after it.
Yeah.
Right. And it's, God, I mean, I could go on, and it's hard to even keep my train of thought with it because my brain's just like going a million miles a second with that. And so, you know, I think that a lot of people do need to hear though that, you know, as you're a kid, you know, you're basically, your future is defined. Who you are going to be is basically defined by the time they're like 5 or 7 years old or something.
Yeah.
Like your characteristics, like if you're funny, you're funny. If you're fast, if you've got, there's so many elements by the time you're that 5 to 7 years old. Like that's that kid, you know? And so depending on what happens between birth and 7, 8, 9 years old, right in there, you know, if the kids that, you know, couldn't get the ice cream every single time because their dad explained the value of ice cream is a reward and this, that, and the other. And the kids that clean their room every Friday because their mom or their dad set this expectation that if that's not happening, you don't get to watch your movie or you don't get to go outside and play with your friends. I don't want to blame my parents, right? But man, like parenting as a father for both of us, like parenting is a big deal.
I'm like hyper aware, you know, my kids being 3, 2, and almost 1 now, that like it can be as little as like you take their Cheerios away, and in that moment that young brain interprets, oh, I'm not lovable. And then the rest of your life you're in terrible relationships, or not the rest of your life until you figure this out. I think that's why I honestly became a life coach, because I was trying to figure myself out. And like the more I learned, the more I was like, oh, I can help you. And it's like, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Like as we were coming into this, and this is a tougher episode for us because you're probably thinking what to say and what not to say.
Sure.
What do I share and divulge and what do I keep close to my chest on here? So however you want to answer these, but I'm curious, like for people listening and for yourself, like what do you feel is getting in the way of like specific breakthroughs? Because like you're successful. You're successful, good-looking dude. You're in shape. You've got a beautiful family. Got the new house. Like you have all these amazing things, and like to some, you're richer than you'll ever be in the world. My opinion is we are richer than we will ever be with our families and kids. But like when you're a dreamer, you hit your head against the wall because you want more. It's not money. It's legacy. There's more to life than just to do a real estate deal and go home and take a walk.
Well, I mean, I don't think...
Right? Like, what do you feel is keeping you...
The desire for more is a good thing, right?
Right.
Like, the tree desires more. It wants to grow bigger. It wants to produce more fruit. If it's an oak tree, it wants to produce more acorns. It wants to produce more shade. Like, that's the essence of life, right? To expand and to grow. Like, we're not ever meant to just stay stagnant. But like the thing I can't figure out personally is why I keep coming back to what feels like the same place. It's never the same place. I'm always further ahead. But it feels like, why does momentum not pick up? Like I feel like I have it, and then it's almost like I get to the top.
Tanya Harding comes by and just smashes your knee.
It's not that. It's self-imposed, you know? And it's a belief system that was created at a very young age, which is like where we're talking about heal the boy and the man will appear. And I think part of it is...
What do you mean the belief system?
That it can't be easy. That it has to be incredibly hard. That in order to achieve what I'm going for, it can't just happen. So like I knock it down and get back to zero because that's a place I know very well. And that's what I've subconsciously put myself into, because you're talking about energy. Like I've got that drive at zero, I don't know what it looks like at the top. I don't know what it looks
How to
like.
stay hungry.
Yeah. It's like, and maybe it's the vehicle has to change. I don't know. Maybe it's like I have to climb this mountain and then learn how to build a plane or a helicopter that carries me to the next mountaintop, you know? But like I was talking before we started recording, like it has to be like a new vision, you know? Like I feel like I had this vision of my daughter's being born. We're living in a 3-bed, 3-bath house and we're like busting at the seams. I'm like, I have to get us a new house. So I took these big leaps of faith and God always showed up. And the way was provided, even though I didn't know how it was going to happen. And then got to the end of that road. We're here, like we landscaped our yard. And it's everything we wanted. Like it's my sanctuary.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh shoot, what's next? And that's what I think I'm dealing with right now is like, I don't know how to let the next happen. Maybe that's a good way to put it. It's like, I feel like I have to force everything to happen. I have to overwork to where I'm like burned out and exhausted. And I think it's a general not knowing how to receive.
Oh, that's a big one.
And that to me, I think is the essence of it, of like, I feel like I have to overwork everything. It's even like when I met my wife, it was like, wait a minute, you like me? I'm literally broke. I have $32 in my bank account right now. We went on our first date up to Keystone, and she bought $600 worth of ski equipment for me, and I was like, don't worry about it. And that was like, wait a minute, like I'm not rich yet, but you still are attracted to me? It was like, that was like that, I don't know how to receive piece. And I think that's part of it where like, even though I have all this, like I think on the outside I look great in what like most people strive for. But to me, personally, I'm feeling dissatisfied. I'm like, oh, this and that. And maybe that's part of what I'm like looking towards is like, I need to learn how to just be okay where I'm at.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is, dude. Is like, and that's part of receiving.
Right.
So like I started taking Mondays off. That has been so hard.
In what way?
To be like,
To just
no,
unplug.
I'm not going to take a call. I'm not going to do this. Like, I'm not going to like work, to just like be okay with like, and to me, it's like the underlying piece of this is all trust. Like you have to trust God, you know, your higher power, your source for the next chapter, for the vision to increase. Like getting into like a flip game, for example, I got to trust my investors. I got to trust this. Like I got to trust that I'm going to sell it. Like, I think that's like the essence of what is like holding me back is a lack of receiving, but that's ultimately like trusting that's going to come. Like I'm out of alignment and out of balance because it's just like overwork all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
It does.
Thinking out loud quite a bit.
It's all good. I mean, I think, you know, that's part of this process, right? To talk and share this, and you're going to get some good stuff out. Somebody will grab some golden nuggets. I think listening to you, I think, and there's a lot to unpack from that. But I always find that when I go to bed, right, when the lights go out, right, the lights go, you go through your entire day, the rigmarole of the morning, whatever happened that day, good, bad, ugly, success, fail, whatever, financial wins, financial losses, arguments, whatever happened, you go through it, and then at night the lights go out, right? And you get this moment that's just like, okay, where am I at? Like there's no way to avoid this. Right? There's no way to avoid when like you flip those lights off, wifey's asleep, right? Kids are asleep. I imagine you're one of the last people to fall asleep in your house, right? And it's like, that's when you start to get the good, the bad, and the ugly thoughts. Motivation. Whoa, I forgot to do this. Fuck. And you get anxiety. Your heart rate will escalate. Right. And you're just like, you know, sometimes you can fall asleep on this. Maybe you invest in prayer and meditation. Maybe you throw the Calm app on. But I don't know about you, but my mind goes wild, right? And especially, and this is what I've really been, and I've been trying to focus on this because I've been losing sleep for months now. I mean, I'm talking massive amounts of sleep for months. And I'm like, there's something, like, I've got to figure this out. It's not, I don't drink anymore. I don't party anymore. I work out like crazy. I just go to work and I come home and I handle business. What am I so stressed? Like, what is going on? I've got great people around me. I've got a beautiful family. Like, like something's missing. Why do I feel anxious? Why do I feel stressed? Why do I feel pressed? And why do I feel like the walls are caving in? That should not be happening right now. The reason, and I've been really, dude, I've been like obsessively focusing on this of like, is it the childhood trauma? Is there something that's like, is there a pattern to this? Well, couple sides of this. One, there used to be a pattern to this, and it would drive me into partying, infidelity, right? You name it. Like I was like touching on it. It's somewhere, right? Gambling, whatever, strip club, something, right? Like, and I'm talking like there was only a handful of things, like when this pressure would come, that I knew these outlets, and the outlets were all like affirming outlets. Like I needed someone to tell me I was good looking. I need a hug. I need a kiss. I need a drink. I need to feel numb. Right? I need a party.
I need drunk.
The most drunk you could possibly get, right? Or I need to do other stuff to just really take me away from it, right? Like I'm talking like, just to the point of, let me just get through this patch and I'll just work through it and bust through it. I've never really been able to, since I can remember, I've never been able to just sit in that fire. And now that I'm just like a monk in a weird way, I'm just like, what is happening? I've never been able to sit in a clear mind on this, right? And so as I'm going through this, I'm like, I know, I feel like I know what's happening. And what it is like, I know I'm called to be here for a bigger purpose. I have a really hard time accepting that, like, my energy is different from other people. I have a huge room of people that I'm friends with, and that we have mutual respects for each other. I've got great business partners, and I'm capable of so much more. And what I'm starting to feel is the anxiety that I'm feeling is me resisting what needs to happen to go to the next level, because I've been in such a good rhythm for so long now that it's been hard, but it hasn't been like to where I'm not like ferociously working right now. Like everything is in order. There's good months, there's bad months, there's amazing quarters, there's decent quarters, right? Like, but there's never been this just like undeniable force of just this energy running through me of like, I'm going to change as many lives as possible in front of me, right? And right now I start to feel this of like, I can do more. And when you know you can do more and you're not doing it, whether it be phone calls, workouts, food, more reading, your business, follow-up, emails, you start compiling all the shit you could have done today. Like if you really broke down your date, your hour by hour, I'm like, dang, I did have like an extra 4.5 hours to grind. But I did choose something righteous. I chose my kids. The baby, and my parents, and the house, and just I chose to be present with them, as opposed to burying myself in the office for another 4.5 hours. But now the only reason I'm stressing is because I feel like I'm not getting where I need to go. The company's not where it needs to go, or agents might need more help, my help, right? In your case, more clients need your help, and more agents need your help now. You're leading people. And so it's like, I feel like our aura, our energies has matched each other for a long time. And it's like, when you know you're meant for more and you're not doing more, it's really easy to focus on all the shit that you're not doing. But all the shit that you're not doing, we can fix. But for some reason, me and for both of us are not capitalizing on it. In your case, more leads, more showings, more tours, more contracts, more things. In my case, more agent calls, more texts, more emails, more meetings, more coffee meetings, more lunches with those clients now. You get to work off of this list. I'm going to work off of this list. And I promise you, but there's something keeping both of us from just being like, I'm going hard on this. I'm going to obsessively call every agent in the office every day. You're going to obsessively call every lead you've worked in. You're going to obsessively answer every call that comes in. It's like there's an exhaustion to it too, where you're like, and that's where the bigger purpose comes in.
Yeah.
So I think you and I are both kind of at this point right now, and I guarantee others relate to this of like you're laying in bed and you're like, how'd I get here again? It's not necessarily a financial thing either. Mental. How'd I get here? Why is this tearing my ass up? You know, and I think it's easy. It's easy to talk about in here. Way harder to go do. Way harder to go do. Right. And that's where it's corny as it sounds. I hate to loop it back in here, but the whole be 1% better has kind of been the only thing keeping me sane. Because you can't be 35% better every day. Yeah. You know, so I don't know if that made sense either, but that's just kind of where I know I'm meant for more. I know I'm capable of more. I'm just not doing more. And that depresses you. Yeah. Because you feel like who are you letting down? Like kind of everyone. Yeah. Because I feel like you're the one called to change the generations that you know are here after you. And I know I am too. And if you're not getting it done, it's almost like you're letting yourself down. If you really look at everyone else we're letting down, it's like, oh, fuck. Yeah. You know, I've got too many people relying on me. They don't even know that they're relying on us. It's like this unspoken duty that I know that you feel. Yeah. Because I feel the same one. Right. And it's like, it's heavy because you're like, I want to change everyone's life. But we gotta just change ours first, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's hard, dude. It's really hard. And I've been this way since I was a kid. I always knew I should have stayed up later and done I knew I should have started on my school project early, procrastinated. I knew I should have worn my rubber bands with braces. Didn't. Knew I shouldn't have put my retainers where I wanted to. Didn't do it. Like, I knew every time I fucked up, I was like, oh, fuck, I just didn't think I would have, you know? I knew I shouldn't have done that. Yeah. Every time.
Man, what's coming to me right now is like you and I are still working from a place to be loved as opposed from working from a place that we are loved. Yeah. And it's like that shift is like insane. And
so it's like, the art of it's the receiving. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm still like working a lot of ways to prove myself and like talking about like the vices. Like I used to say in fitness, like one man's Hershey bar is another man's heroin. It's like it's still a coping mechanism, and work can be one as well because it keeps you numb. I'm just not going to do that. And for me, it was like, you know, that's when I'd like smoke weed or watch porn and like all those negative things. Like it's there to teach you something. And I think once you start to get rid of that, that's when those emotions start actually coming to the surface because you want to be healed, but you have always like just put a blanket on it and it's never been able to come to the surface. And so, man, I really feel like that's the key, at least for me, is like understanding how much I'm loved. Like I'm one of one.
Do you ever feel like you just need like do you ever just desire like a 2-week just vacate? Like you just want to sit in a beach.
I just want
for like 2 weeks,
200 acres up in the mountains where like I don't get any cell service, no one's around, and I just like have to like fend for myself. Like that's secretly like what I really want. Really, you know, like forget everything else. I just want to be free in that regard. But I mean, is that true freedom? I don't know, but that's what I keep coming back to.
Be a good recharge station
for sure.
You know, and I think that's. I think as you and I are talking too, I think there's a level of burnout and exhaustion. Yeah. Because it's not the work.
It's emotional.
Yes. It's not
the
work.
It has nothing to do with physical.
No. And
because I think I do most of the physical stuff, right? I take care of my body, I work out, but like usually it's like I'm taking a 15-minute nap in my truck most days because I'm just like
your body just shuts down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's emotional and mental burnout, and
you're carrying that for so many years.
Well, yeah, man.
So that's where I'm on this journey of like, how do I get rid of that and work from that place as opposed to working like I've always had this like when I get here, when I'm a millionaire, when I run a 4.3, when I get this girl, then, and it's just like a constant chasing, bro. And like the exercise I'm doing every day, so I'm just waking up. Like this morning, I woke up at 5:30. I was ready to get in my gym. My son decided to wake up at 6:05, and like that's like my alone time. Like it's the only time I have for myself, essentially the whole day, because I'm in a career where it's all about other people. You help enough people get what they want, you'll have everything you want, right? It's one of my phrases I live by. But like, where's the receiving piece in that? Is it constantly giving, you know? And then I get home and like I got 3 kids and my wife has been overstimulated all day, so she's spent. So it's like, okay, time to cook dinner and this and that, which I enjoy. I'm not saying I'm not complaining here. I'm just simply saying like, woke up this morning and like, okay, I got a curveball. I can't have my time, but like, am I going to sit here and be okay with it? So it was just like I spent time with him and we like searched rocks in the yard. He's like, Dad, sit right there, and I'm like, can I be okay with not having to do more?
Being present.
Yeah. So being present has been huge for me. And like, I think that's my biggest challenge I have with my dad is like, he's just always been about work and he's doing the best he could. I'm not upset with him. Like, I know he was. And like, I don't know what he was dealing with. Like, as I have a kid now, I'm like, man, I've been mad at my dad for all these years for him not being present. But what was he just trying to do?
Yeah.
Provide a life for us.
Protect you.
Yeah. And like, so I carry guilt over that of like being upset about that. And like, I feel like I want our relationship to be better. And I hope he hears this someday, you know, like I want that more than anything. And it's just, I think it's really like that receiving thing that ultimately like growing up, it was always, it's more blessed to give than to receive. Well, someone's got to receive. Like it's got to be 50-50. Like if you reject my gift, then like, what is that? Like then I'm just hoarding, you know?
And this,
I don't know.
And I hear you. And there's a ton of letdowns in this industry, in every industry, I'm sure, but like a ton of letdowns in leadership.
Yeah.
Right. And even in just client facing businesses like ours, because you do give constantly, like, and I mean, you know, the whole John Wick, like I am here to serve, I will be of service. Like I say that all the time. And sales trainings and everything else that we're doing here. And it's like, it's stripping away any like expectation you have of receiving anything from anyone else. Yeah. Giving without expectations of receiving anything is really hard to do, especially when you're like, you expect your client to appreciate it. You expect your client to acknowledge it. You expect your client to at least maybe give you a referral because you did this for them. Thank you. Something.
Like I just had I listed my neighbor's house and I spent literally an entire day from like 10 to like 4 o'clock cleaning his house, pulling weeds from his lawn, throwing away his old stuff because he just went back to India, you know? And like, I was mad at him because he didn't even say thank you. But then I'm thinking like, well, should I have even done this? Like, why was I doing this? Like, I was like, doing all this.
You cared more than he
correct.
did. Yeah.
Expecting him to appreciate all the stuff I did for him. But yet, like, why would I overextend myself? And then I cut my commission because I don't value myself enough.
Right.
And it was like, no, dude, I should have charged you like 10% for this.
Where I almost think with like when you told me you were doing all that for that guy, there was an element of it that I just love because when you're doing labor and you're serving like that, there's actually nothing more rewarding than like really helping do this. Yeah. Any kind of manual labor of anything, you feel really good when you're done with it. Your own yard or his, right? Yeah. You did all this stuff for them, but it is really, you know, now you do expect something. And now had you sold the home and all the drama didn't happen with the market and his, you know, his equity and all this stuff, you probably wouldn't have thought about it because it would have just been a done deal. You would have cashed a check, snapped the neck, walked out, right? But because everything kind of unfolded and the door opened, you can look behind the curtain and be like, hold up. Now you don't want to
Yeah.
hold on.
Well, that's my
you know?
fault at the end of the day. It's like
Yes
the old
and
saying,
no,
like,
but
don't throw your pearls
a
before
learning.
swine, right?
It's just a learning.
You know what I mean? Like, don't give your treasure to someone who doesn't deserve it.
Right.
But that's also going back to like the receiving piece of like, if I'm receiving what I know I'm worth, then I would never have done that. You know?
Yeah, or if you're setting the expectation on the front end and communicating it, like, listen, this is the type of person I am. I'm going to go all in on you. I just need you to do the same.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a big thing in our businesses. We do go all in on people with blind faith, which is fine to do with Jesus.
Yeah.
But with humans, it's pretty hard to go in a blind faith. It's just like everyone's going to, like, more people are going to wrong you than right you, right? Like, you're going to be treated poorly way more than you're treated fairly, right? And I just think that it's just about setting kind, direct expectations with, like, but also still going all in like that. That's the side of you that I love, of like, keep going all in like that. Like, don't ever lose that side. I just feel like when you get into these places, you start to take score, start to count the chips, and you're like, I'm giving like everything. In fact, I'm giving the shirt off my back, and no one even gives a shit. They just take my clothes and run.
Yeah.
Right. And I've lived a life like that. I mean, I have the giving tree tattooed on my body.
Yeah.
Right. And of like, if you give it, they'll take it.
Yeah.
And you need to just be okay with giving it. And I think that there is a balance to it, though.
No
There is a
doubt.
balancing act to it, because I feel like you and I have, whether you're giving it to a retail store, you're giving it to a friend, you're giving it. You know, you give it to the church, you give it to your mom, you give it to your kids. You talk about money or time or energy or whatever. You're constantly giving.
For sure.
Right? And depending on what you're giving, you're not receiving. So maybe as we're talking through this, it's more of like reanalyzing what we're giving, how we're giving.
Well,
I
think it's like, because it's great to give, but if I'm out of I just always say, like, you can't pour an empty cup, right?
Yeah.
If I'm not recharging my cup, then I have nothing to give.
Yeah, you're just your cup. You're dehydrated.
And so, like, for me,
but they'll still come and be like, I'm here. I'm here to fill me up.
And that's where the receiving piece comes in, of like taking time for myself. Like, I'm going on a hike tomorrow, and what did I do? I gave the showing to another one of my business partners that I brought in.
Yeah.
That I'm now a vehicle to help other people with not only the knowledge but also income. You know.
That's right.
And that feels really good. But like, I know I need this to recharge me. And I need time away, which I didn't do at all last year. Like, I didn't go on one hike, and that to me is like, nature recharges me more than anything.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Yeah,
you got to find time to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
But then, like, I battled this, like, oh, I'm not working hard enough. I'm being lazy. Blah 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 blah. Because like, for many years, like, if you had asked me what my greatest attributes was, I would always come back with hard work. But like, that can almost become a curse more than a gift.
A worker bee.
Yeah.
That's what I've always been. But it is a blessing, and it is a massive fucking curse.
Yeah. Like, you hear about these entrepreneurs that build these massive companies worth millions, and then they die at 45. You know, like, that to me, it's like, you didn't accomplish anything.
No.
You know, like, what did you leave behind? Just this, like you talked about last week, like an Arnold Schwarzenegger or Sylvester Stallone. They had every metric of success that we could have, all the fitness, the money, the girls,
hundreds of millions,
and they're like, man, what did I do this for? You know. And to me, like, getting to the end of this experience of life, it's like, I'm going to stand before, you know, my Creator one day and have to answer for everything that I've done. And if I lived in fear or I maximized it, is going to be all that matters.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, there is this like pressure or tension, maybe that's a better word, of like, I got to get it done. I got to go. But at the same time, it's like, there's got to be a balance to it.
Yeah.
Of like talking about the vision. I feel like the vision has to come to you more than like, I want to make $1 million. That's what I said at the beginning of this year. I could not agree with you more. And that's where you have to, like, it's almost like I have to, if this makes sense, I have to like work at resting. You know, like, resting is almost harder than keeping going with the work.
Oh yeah.
So like, taking a Monday off is like incredibly hard. Like, tomorrow, like I'm fighting the urge to like cancel my hike and like just do work because I had people that want to do showings. But like, I know that's my pattern. I'm going against my pattern when I take time to rest.
Yeah.
And that's the receiving piece. So maybe that makes sense in some way. At least it's making sense in my mind.
Yeah. I mean, what you do, that's just self-love and time. And
Yeah.
you need to reinvest it back in because you're no good to anybody, dude, if you're not doing the things that to focus on you. And it's not selfish.
Yeah.
Right? Selfish if you're I do believe like there are some things that men do specifically that are like unbelievably
That's why I can't
fucking
golf,
selfish.
Because like it takes me 8 hours and I'm just going to say, hey babe, you take care of the kids.
Yeah.
You know?
There's a guilt there. There's some golfer like Isaac has the golf hack kind of figured out.
But he also lives right by the course.
Well, that and just
know?
but I'm telling you, it's about expectations. He talks to wifey and has us all worked out.
Yeah.
Right. And that's his investment.
Yeah.
If you add up all the time, maybe you're hiking or working out or mountain biking, that's really, if you were to just change that to golf, it's pretty similar.
Yeah.
If you add it up over the year, like, oh, damn, we weren't that far off with time invested,
Yeah.
But there are a lot of guys out there doing some bullshit, and more
fantasy football,
just bullshit.
Yeah.
But as we close this up today, I know that we talked about heal the boy and the man will appear, and I think the message I want to leave, and I know that we kind of got off topic of healing the boy. I think you and I both kind of just avoided the child trauma a little bit, but there's, to anybody listening, like even if you just take away that statement, heal the boy and the man will appear.
Yeah.
I think that you and I have talked about it a lot. Like, I know my triggers now. The healing the boy and the man will appear kind of goes to what I'm saying is years ago when I would feel like this, I would go and do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And because I've healed the boy, now when I feel this top-down pressure and these anxieties, I just put my faith in my children, my exercise, God.
Yeah.
Just time. I'm like, well, if I just double down on all the stuff that's giving me life, not the stuff that's like throwing me into divorces and debt. You know what I mean? Like,
and to take it one step further, like that quote to me, like, sounds really good, right? My brain immediately goes like, well, how the hell do I do that?
Yeah.
How the hell do I heal this boy? And just sharing this to anyone who's listening, I think it comes back to work from a place of love as opposed to working for love.
Yeah.
And that to me is like understanding how much I am loved by my creator, by my family, by the world, as opposed to like, I got to do all this in order to be loved. And that to me is where all the tension starts to dissipate. Like, I feel much more at ease just even saying that, because it's like, you got to understand your pattern, what's held you back. Like, why am I drinking? Why am I
out of love
at a strip club again? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, work from love.
Work from love, not
as
for
opposed
love.
for love.
I like that.
And so maybe we can wrap with that because, like, to me, I always like to leave people with a functional step.
Yep.
And so it's like starting to understand that starts to free you.
Yeah.
So.
Amen. Straight up.
Episode 24, heal the boy and the man will appear.
Peace.
Peace.